What's up, everybody? Back for another Whodunit Beer Review, and today I'm going to be reviewing the third and final beer that was given to me by my good buddy and fellow beer tuber, Jamie, over at Basement Beer. So thank you very much, Jamie. I'll post a link in the description box to Jamie's channel. Fantastic dude. Absolutely hilarious. And yeah, so he hooked me up with 3 beers quite a while ago. For the Whodunit series, which is basically just blind beer reviews. People either send or give me a beer that is all wrapped up, concealed. I review it, and at the end I reveal what the beer is, and we see how close this inferior palate comes to guessing the style or, you know, the beer itself. So, so far I've done 2 of these, and it's been a hit and a miss so far. The first beer I did a pretty good job on. I picked out the base style, missed on the adjunct, but Jamie mentioned that he also did not get any of the adjunct characteristics. So it added a bit of validity, I guess, to my review, although my reviews are really never valid. And the second one I totally butchered. I fucked that one up. I only mentioned, or I only got correct the fruit note in the beer, but the beer looked like there was fruit in it, so I just did a horrific job. So today is the third chance I get, and I'm super excited, so let's crack into it. As you can see, all brown bagged with some, you know, neon green tape, and it says on here, not malt liquor. I don't know if that's a hint or Jamie trying to fuck with me, but apparently this is not malt liquor. Has a nice red cap. Oh no, wait, that's not red cap. That's just tape on a red cap. So anyway, let's crack this open, see what we got going on. I'm trying to do this the best way where I don't, you know, rip this open and see anything. So here we go. Let me get into this one, if I can. Oh, here we go, yeah. So throw this over here, and we will give it a pour. Okay, well, that's pouring out extremely dark. So how are we gonna put, is this gonna fit on my little thing over here? On my, yeah, I guess it is. Well, the first thing I can say is if this does not have some kind of barrel character to it, then I give up, because I could smell it cracking it open. There's barrel. So this pours out like an Imperial Stout, Imperial Porter, very viscous porter, not like motor oil, but close to it. It had about a finger of a tannish head that kind of just dissipated to a thin film. Yeah, that's pretty dark though. I wouldn't necessarily say opaque, but it has a huge darkness to it. Yeah, it looks like, honestly, an Imperial Stout. Let's get a nose on it. There's definitely a barrel in here, no doubt. First thing that hits me. Now my mind's starting to play a little bit of trickery on me, because as I'm smelling this, I'm gonna say this is a red wine barrel. It's giving me like this tannic, grapey vibe to it. Yeah, it smells like, if this is not a red wine barrel, it smells like there's some kind of fruit in here. Yeah, I'm gonna say red wine. That's what I'm gonna say. It's a red, has red wine in it. Otherwise, there's like nice chocolate and vanilla tones underneath. Decent bit of like roasted malt character, almost charry, but not really. Give it one more swirl and a sniff here. Yeah, I mean, that barrel is just punching me in the face. Like when I cracked it open, I don't know why I threw the cap over here like an idiot, but let's just put it on the corner here. It's so cool. Look at that red tape. When I poured it, it was just like, boom, there's all the red wine. Or not all the red wine, all the barrel. I didn't know what it was when I first hit my nose when I cracked it open. But as I got closer, there's just like this deep, dark, like dark fruit, but like red grape character to the nose. I feel it's a red wine barrel. But that's why we taste it. So anyway, let's get into it. Cheers, Jamie. Cheers, everyone. Let's see how bad I fuck up this one. Yeah. Has to be red wine. Has to be a red wine barrel. It's not going to be. And I'm going to look like an idiot, but I've had enough red wine barrel aged beers. In fact, the second one I did, which ended up, I'm not going to spoil, but the second beer was aged in red wine barrels. And I didn't pick up on that at all. And here, that's what I'm getting, red wine. This has like a lower side of full body body to it. The mouthfeel, decent carbonation, but it does have a nice like soft body as well. Not necessarily creamy or anything. I know Rating on Your Parade want me to pick out like ABV. I'm gonna say this is around 9 and 9.5%. I'd say if it's bigger than that, it's surprising. I mean, I'm picking up on that barrel. I'm picking up on a decent booziness, but this is drinking very nice. If it is in the 9 to 10 range, it's appropriate. Yeah, so chocolate, roasted malt, maybe a little bit of vanilla. The only thing I can say about this is that if it's not a red wine barrel, then it has to be like a whiskey or bourbon barrel, and there's fruit added to this one. And the fruit that I would say would be added to this would be like a plum or a date or fig or something on the darker fruit side, because this is quite sweet, but it's so fucking nice. So I'm gonna give it like another 30 seconds here, a couple more sniffs, a couple more tastes, and then I'll just tell you guys what I think it is. Either this is I said lower side of full body. I would go higher side of medium. It's a bit thinner than I thought. I'm going to either say this is an Imperial Porter, Imperial Stout. I wouldn't be surprised if it's either. I know that's kind of a cop-out. My guess would be Imperial Stout. I'm going to say it's aged in red wine barrels, and that if it's not red wine, then it's some kind of bourbon or whiskey with a fruit component added. That's about as best as I can do for a guess. I would say ABV is going to be, I'll just go 9.5. I don't know if it's 9.5, obviously, but I'm going to say between 9 and 10, 9.5 works for me. Anyway, let's get this out of the way. And let me rip off this tape and see what we got going on. Certainly not malt liquor. But yeah, rating-wise too, I'd give this a 4.25 out of 5, maybe a 4.5. Yeah, it's somewhere in that range. Damn good beer regardless. So, let's see what we got going on here. 3 years in the barrel. Okay, so he has 3 years in the barrel. Hopefully it was worth the wait. I have one at home waiting for your review. This is from Innocente, or whatever you want to say. This is their Until Proven Guilty, aged in Tennessee whiskey barrels. It's a Russian Imperial Stout, 2014, and it was bottled on, what? It says 12, 17, 19? That can't be right. Whatever. It's a 3-year-old. So I did okay. Clearly the barrel is just kicking ass here. Let me just show you guys this. I don't know how well it's going to come up on this camera, but that's what he just wrote on there. And then the label itself. So yeah, Until Proven Guilty, aged in Tennessee whiskey barrels, Russian Imperial Stout, 11.9. Holy fuck. So the first thing I'll say about this is I've had some Innocente beers and they've been hit and miss. A buddy of ours in the beer tubing community used to work for them, Devin. I've had the base beer of this, but I've not had any of the barrels. So aged in Tennessee whiskey barrels makes sense to me. I was, like I said, barrel right off the nose. I was saying red wine because seriously, there is a huge, and it's probably from the age. The age is probably bringing out those dark fruits, but I'm talking like there was red grape in here. There was fucking figs and dates and plum. Almost had like a quad component to it, even though I knew it wasn't. It just had bigger dark fruit components to it. So he says 3 years in the bottle, but I mean, you're talking like almost 3.5 years. So the base Russian Imperial Stout characters here really came to the forefront. But yeah, it definitely tastes like it was aged in some kind of whiskey, bourbon, red wine barrel. So I didn't butcher this one, but I was really trying to nail the red wine character, but I did say whiskey or bourbon. Let's just say I was like 50-50 on this one. I didn't completely miss it. I thought I did an okay job. But at the same time, that percentage is scary. I would say like 10% at the most based on what I'm tasting here. Yeah, tons of dark fruit. Like, it is sweet. I had a plum the other night. It almost has like plum red grape vibes more so than like figs and dates. But man, this is not drink like 11.9%. It's going down, it's warming, but I'd say like 9.5, 10 at the most. So very, very awesome beer that I think aged perfectly well, considering it's like 3.5 years old. And thanks, Jamie. I do appreciate you hooking me up with this one. So yeah, that was Innocentes Until Proven Guilty. The version that was aged in Tennessee whiskey barrels is a Russian Imperial Stout, comes in 11.9%. This is the 2014 vintage. I did okay. So, you know, looking back at the 3 beers, I only butchered one, so that's pretty good. This one, you know, got partly right. The first one I got partly right. So not a terrible job so far, but also not knocking it out of the park either. This is it though for the Whodunit Beer Review series for the time being, because I don't have any more. So this is where I come and I say, if you guys want to send me any Whodunit beers for reviewing purposes, you can tape them up in a bag like this, or you can just put Matt over at Massive Beer Reviews. A lot of people will just tape up like paper towels around it with rubber bands. You could do it that way. I am open to trading. I mean, I don't expect anybody to send me beer for free. I'm fucking nobody. I don't want beer for free. So if you want to do like a small trade, maybe 4 to 6 cans, bottles, hit me up. Let me know. I'd love to keep this series going, but I'm just not gonna, you know, I can't do it myself, clearly. So these are some of the most fun reviews I've had. But yeah, so anyway, thanks again, Jamie. I truly do appreciate you hooking me up with these 3 beers. It's been a lot of fun. And thank you to everybody else out there for checking out the Whodunit series so far. It's gotten the most views out of my like last, I don't know, 20, 25 videos I've posted. So yeah, people seem to dig them. I dig them. But anyway, running a bit long here. You expect that from Whodunit. So until the next one, cheers.